It's that time again, time for some quick news. For those of you that dream of being a pilot, Microsoft Flight Simulator is really gearing up to be something special. The game promises beautiful 4K and an entire planet to fly around in a lot of different aircraft, so what else could you ask for? Well, they've just announced that the game will include every airport on Earth. That's over 37,000 airports that developers Asobo Studio have manually edited. However, not all airports are created equal, as only the top 80 in the world have had more time spent on them with unique assets and properly named taxiways. But this is still very, very impressive. Platinum Games has announced its first self-published game called Project Gigi. The studio has also announced that it will be a spiritual successor to Beautiful Joe and The Wonderful 101. The only other thing we know is that the game will be a giant hero game, and that's it. No release date, no platforms announced at all. And so we're probably just gonna have to wait the next few years or so to find anything out. In more Platinum Games news, they've announced that The Wonderful 101 Remastered will release on the Switch, PS4 and Steam on the 19th of May in America and the 22nd of May in Europe. This is really good news for anyone who didn't buy a Wii U, which is a lot of people by the way, because you now get to play this absolute classic. Hideo Kojima, creator of the Metal Gear franchise and Death Stranding, is going to get BAFTA's highest honour, as he is to be given the fellowship at the BAFTA Game Awards on April the 2nd, 2020. This news comes with no surprise at all, as he is truly a legend of the industry. Kojima will of course be in a really exclusive club, with this award going to the likes of Gabe Newell, Tim Schafer and Sugara Miyamoto. So congratulations to Hideo Kojima. Sony has announced that the PlayStation Plus games for March, and one of them is a big one. First of all is Sonic Forces, which is clearly due to the film being out right now, and the other one is Shadow of the Colossus. This is one of the best games ever made, and it got remastered, so if you own a PS4 and haven't played it, then you simply owe it to yourself to get it and try it. Microsoft has announced the Xbox games for Gold for March. Starting off is Telltale's Batman the Enemy Within and Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. These are two very good games to start the month with, but they're also giving away Shantae Half Genie Hero and Sonic Generations on the March the 16th. Once again, Sega is doing everything they can to shove Sonic down our throats with the movie. Now for something a little bit on the darker side, as gaming events around the world are being affected by a certain virus coming out of China. Starting off with PAX East, and Sony is announcing it will not be attending in any capacity at all, with the first public hands-on with The Last of Us Part 2 being cancelled too. On top of this, the mayor of Boston sent an open letter to Sony asking them to reconsider their decision, which they did not. Capcom has cancelled any developer involvement in Monster Hunter Festa, however the event will still go ahead. Square Enix will have no Japanese staff attending, with Final Fantasy developer and fan sessions being cancelled. However, other events will go ahead as planned. CD Projekt Red has cancelled all travel plans for its employees to PAX East, even though they had no public plans for the show. Finally, PUBG Corp has also cancelled all of its plans for PAX East. Next up is the Game Developers Conference, and once again Sony has announced it will not attend. On top of this, Facebook Oculus also announced that they will not attend either. Along with these two, EA and Kojima Productions announced they will not be attending the show in any capacity whatsoever. Now on to the big video game releases of the week. Now, I could have done the last few weeks due to not putting a video out because I was really ill and life just gets in the way, but I'm sticking to the week, so as far as I can see, there's only two. First up is 2 Point Hospital, which has been out on the PC for a while now, but is now out on the Xbox One, PS4 and the Switch. So if you liked Theme Hospital back in the day, go and give this one a go. It's great and it's just so funny. Finally, we have Bloodroots, which is out on the PC, PS4 and the Switch. The game has some great reviews with lots of weapons to master, good boss fights, and it's also stunning. So go give it a go, it's well worth it. So that's it for quick news this week. Unlike last time, I promise I'll be back next week for that fix of video game news here on Huntman Productions.